This is it, the ultimate game in this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrived in this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that gold championship trophy in the building here tonight. Which side will have their dreams come true? Welcome to Tampa Bay and Raymond James Stadium, the site of this year's national championship game. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit, and this is it, this football season's ultimate game. Time to find out who's going to emerge as national champion.
Against a team that was specifically prepared to take away 100%
Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football. National championship at stake. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So Wisconsin's offense comes onto the field for the first time today. And here we are, folks, the last 2 teams standing, battling for a national championship. It's been a long regular season. They have survived a punishing playoff run, and here we go. The trophy is in the building. Who's going to walk out of here with a lifelong memory?
Chris, one of the great things now that we're in this 12-team.
Breaks into the clear. Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48.
That is exactly how you envision that first play going all week. You put it out there, you hope for a big play, and you hit it.
Gonna run it. It's Jones. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a second down and 7.
Defense does a really nice job here being able to contain that run game, helping just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second down, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. On third down, he drops to throw. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. It's good for first down yardage, set up at the 26 now.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
Nowhere to run up the middle. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle. Kirk showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down. So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Caught quickly. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
Well, it's always a gamble to go for it on fourth down when you're already in field goal range, but it looks like they won't rehash this decision when it's all said and done. That's a first down.
Touchdown, Badgers! They strike first in this national title bout. So a long, methodical scoring drive, great execution, championship pressure.
Man, this is the biggest stage that you can play on. You're in the national championship, and drives like that are going to wear down the opponent physically and mentally. This wasn't an accident. They were very intentional on how they worked their way down the field, and it pays off in the end.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So the Hurricanes offense comes out for their first possession today. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kirk. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. They're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coaches told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today.
One play moves the ball to the 41. first down.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
An important third down attempt for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. The Canes will have to hunt this one away. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And to begin the drive here, set up at the 30. On first down, it's play action. He lets it go on the move. And it's incomplete. Just missed the wide receiver there. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. On the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Short connection to the tight end here. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. And the receiver snags it. It's complete. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. Third down upcoming after that completion. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Quarterback had a lot of time to evaluate this defense, and most of his reads downfield appeared to be taken away, so he checks it down to his running back. But how about the way this defense just runs to the football to keep him short of that first down? Great job by the D.
He's got it. Enough for a first down. And the Badgers pick up enough yards to move the sticks. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. They finally make the tackle, but solid gain sets him up first down at the 33. And the Badgers lining up here on 1st and 10. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
First down, looking for more now. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. So it's Wisconsin with the lead here, Kirk. So both teams settling in this battle for the national championship. Through one quarter, let's check out the game summary. Well, they flipped into the field. We're set for the second quarter, and the national championship trophy is in the building. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. End zone ahead. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, winding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense. That is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
From 1997, when they drafted the best power forward ever. To 2017, the San Antonio Spurs won 50-plus games in 17 consecutive non-lockout seasons.
Here's the point after attempt.
This team is Austin. Just helped earlier. Police heard the two events escape on
with the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
There was a third suspect involved.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now.
It started as a routine search for suspects with spiraling into a deadly officer.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass finds the tight end. They're finally able to stop him. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference. And now they'll run it on the draw. The junior able to bring him down quickly. The Hurricanes come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. And he'll drop back here on third down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
Chris, it really looked to me like those linebackers in zone coverage had their eyes in the backfield looking at the quarterback. They lost the running back sneaking out on that angle route. And I thought the quarterback did a nice job of waiting, being patient, and then making a nice throw for a first down.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He's brought down out at the 46. Second down after that run on the previous play.
Pretty good gain here by this offense, and here they are. They're getting already set to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. Defense better get their cleats in the ground.
A play action, looking to throw. Hit just as he throws the ball.
And I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
The receiver makes the catch and gain enough to set up first down now at the 39. The Hurricanes will try to keep this drive moving.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now. And the Canes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Moore. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Second down, we're going to throw it. Pass caught. He's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Championship game, 10th play of the drive coming up. They face third down and short. Back to throw again. Running back has it on a screen now. The game is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short. The Canes will look to convert here on 4th down. A running play called on 4th down. Has a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. They begin to fight back here in this championship game. Now the all-important extra point.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. With the continuity this offensive line was on display, that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Turner looking to make a play here. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Going to hand this off. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. yards. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Now it's second down. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. He's brought down, but an explosive play through the air. The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. A new set of downs after that completion.
10 miles from the Discovery on the lake.
Handoff here from the shotgun. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Pass rush closing in. Catch made on the out route. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the plus 40. How aggressive do you get on first and 10? We'll try the ground game here with the running back. Second down after that previous play. And he drops back in the gun. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up fourth down.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the deep.
Finds this receiver. That's enough for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback. Recognizing the receiver's past the marker. Did a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that first down.
Fighting off the defender. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. And the Badgers are in the red zone. An inside deal now from the shotgun. Running with purpose. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal right there.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. Because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Here we go. After a long drive, it's third and goal. Can they punch it in or settle for 3? Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Third and goal, looking to throw for it. Caught near the goal line. Can't get to the end zone. They'll spot the ball at the 2. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
Fourth and goal from the 2. Can this defense come up with a huge stop?
They walk towards his car. Their behavior unremarkable to anyone who might pass them.
Offense looking to throw the ball. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Badgers.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seems to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
They'll try to add to the lead now with PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. They're returning from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop them at the 24. Good coverage. So not much time left before halftime as they begin this possession here. Can they make something happen? On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. And that will do it for the first half kickoff here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, the battle for the most coveted trophy in all of college football has been fierce. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk. Fellas, hard to believe we're only one half away from crowning a national champion.
Uncovering who is responsible for Sade's death. Investigators returned to the doorbell footage from Maxwell's apartment. Only one figure can be seen leaving that night. Officers assume it was Sade. But a far darker reality is now taking hold. Perhaps it wasn't Sade at all. She never left the house, or at least. The only way for officers to determine this is by accessing Maxwell's house. While they wait for the warrant to be processed, detectives canvass the neighborhood for witnesses and quickly uncover disturbing new information. Neighbors describe seeing Maxwell regularly digging in his yard, supposedly part of an underground room in his home. One neighbor tells detectives Maxwell's basement windows are permanently covered over with newspaper and what looks like painter's chalk. Each new detail is an increasingly troubling picture.
When it comes to Miami,
The truth about what goes on in that house. It is Maxwell's tenant, Pete Worthington, who rents the middle floor. Detectives bring him in for an interview.
Is there anything out of place when you're to find out the basement
when it comes to the Canes?
30 guys.
Running that breaks his tackle,
the only thing that's really out of place, he's got a bunch of tools and stuff everywhere, a bunch of paint everywhere, but it's always been that way. I didn't really notice anything in the basement since then that would be considered. Dude was always working on like arts and crafts. He used to do that constantly, building weird stuff, or built that shelf that's above our dryer. And so he's always doing like arts and crafts and stuff. He's in the basement, as far as the basement goes, that's how it's so I never thought
Like, what do you mean, like an on person? Like, what character? Like you said, just like
we're working, and like the building all this stuff, and he was constantly hammering, and his some work out there, and that was one of my biggest grievances with him, and it's like, I don't want to work all day, and I come home and hear you eating and stuff, and that's my biggest grievance, and it's like, well, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm building a shelf. Like, you didn't need to do that, that's so weird. And the shelf right next to his washer and dryer, he said that was going to turn that into a shed, like a basement. And they said, like, holding the roof of that car was going to keep it up. Like, this is the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. You got, like,
the player was down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout and check him out.
I like the fenced yard. He did good with that. I think that just kind of amped his head up to do all this other stuff. He's got all these ideas and stuff. And, yeah, that was supposed to be some
kind of
pass
here on second down.
Subterranean
Looking for
stuff.
It'll be storage in the end zone. That's a great play. So nothing on the previous play sets up a third and goal
back
from
to
the one.
garage. So he's going to do an upward bar there.
It's a keeper trying to get to the marker.
That's just weird.
Touchdown, Hurricanes. The comeback is on.
First, you look at that, you're like, that's not going to work.
It's not much to go, but the very next day, a one step forward with information that replaced Maxwell's square as the detectives
how we can make the defense pay for that as well.
The extra point is good. We're down by a touchdown, 21-14.
There's just one thing that
Fields it just outside the goal line. And he steps out of bounds. That's an excellent return to set up the offense in good position. And here comes the Badgers offense back out on the field.
Maxwell's ex-girlfriend shows police a video he had sent her on Instagram. It's CCTV footage of a suitcase containing the business from a young woman.
He's brought down, but there is
by her
a
Tinder
foul on the
date.
field. So let's check this call. Oh, it would have been a big momentum shift with that play, but the penalty negates it. Offense goes to the pistol formation
tells the police that just a month before meeting Sade,
he's back from the shotgun.
Basement covered from floor to ceiling.
Conviction to the tight end. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the
Kill
first
and
down.
dismember someone there.
That's
The friend had dismissed it as another one of his street antics. For officers, however, this is all sounding far more sinister. April the 12th, 2 days after Sade's disappearance, a team of officers arrive at Maxwell's house with a search warrant, while another unit tracks his movements. But as soon as they begin tailing him, then starts heading home. With few other options, officers intercept him to practice from his house under the pretense of a traffic violation, and they arrest him.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
You know, with the lead in the national championship in the second half, there are a lot of offensive coordinators around the country that would be more conservative, run the ball, keep the clock moving. I love the fact that this offensive coordinator takes a chance here, throws the football, shows the confidence he has in a quarterback, and it really pays off for him.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 42. He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. No connection there. The pass is incomplete. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The offense facing a tough conversion here. 3rd and long from the 42. Looking to chuck it again. Quick throw to the left. What a catch! That play will move the sticks. Set him up first down at the 42.
Right, Maxwell stays.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football. He makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realize coming into this game, they have to take away his ability to throw the football downfield. But it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Breaks the ground with plenty of room to run. They finally stop him, and not before he gets to the 16-yard line.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and the receiver just seem to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play.
His
so we'll
strategy
take a
will do
timeout.
nothing to help his
Been a
case.
really solid drive, but now a
Maxwell
challenge here coming up on 2nd and 13.
Investigators are busy combing through his apartment and downloading the contents of his phone. But here again, things are about to take unexpected turn.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Detectives searching the apartment were stunned to find no evidence of crime scene.
An amazing
The
game with a
appearances of
national championship.
In fact, this would be one of the most
This might be
disturbing
as good
residents
of a
of these
quarterback performance as I've seen in the national championship in some time. The defense has got to try to do something to get him out of sync, like trying to blitz or sit back and change up coverage, because what they've called up to this point just isn't working.
In the base, officers uncover a makeshift
They'll
sex
bring it out
dungeon,
from
complete
inside
with
the
hidden
10.
rooms, flames, restraints,
And he's brought down after a solid
shelves and
effort.
drawers contain surgical gloves, duct tape, zip ties, and plastic sheeting. Most disturbing are the things hidden out of sight, stuffed between support beams
Play
and
action here on
inside
first
walls.
down.
Notepads
Fires
listing
it to the
women's
wide out.
contact details
Gets
and
made
personal
down left side,
information.
explosive
Bags of women's
play.
clothing,
Tackle
shoes,
made, but a
and
strong arm
legends
throw by
full
the
of
senior
twisted
quarterback.
fantasies.
And the replay booth
in
has
the garden,
signaled they want to
investigators
stop and
find
have
signs
another
of
look at
Maxwell's
this one.
interest in digging, but it looks nothing like construction work. Yet, for all its horrors, none of it directly ties Maxwell to Sade's murder. The blood is later determined to be canine. None of the knife tests
Looks like they got
positive
the
for
ruling on the
Sade's
field
DNA.
right the
There is
first
no
time.
sign
They
of a
confirmed
cleanup
it with the
operation.
review.
However sinister this house may
Fresh
be,
set of
it's
downs.
not
It's
enough
first and
to lay
10.
charges. The officers find themselves back at the drawing board. CCTV has provided investigators with
From the
every major
shotgun,
breakthrough
it's a
so
handoff.
far. They
Picks up
start
3
back to it
yards,
once
so
again.
2nd and 7.
Throw Sade's car
Hey, it's a
away
great
from the
job of
beach
this
that
defense
night before
containing
setting
the
it
running
on
game.
fire.
If I'm calling the plays,
Investigators
I'm not
zero in
abandoning the
on
running
the
game
area
just
where
yet.
her
I think it's
burnt-out car
important to
was
have
found.
some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Dumps it down to the back. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The Hurricanes with first and 10 here. They keep him guessing with a run. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Officers have just seen a call on fire and asked someone to call the fire department. But officers quickly noticed one other person in the footage. The unknown figure is wearing a hoodie and carrying a heavy backpack. He moves quickly, like he's trying to distance himself from the scene.
Drops back.
A moment later, he reaches a bus stop.
He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Canes. Look out. Whole different game now.
Chris, the quarterback looks up, sees a wide open target. Sometimes those throws are harder than the ones where they're tightly covered. But he makes a nice throw, and it's an easy touchdown for this offense.
Here comes the point after attempt.
It is powerful circumstantial evidence, but
and the point after gets him within a touchdown, 28-21. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner looking to make a play here. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And it goes incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time.
We finally see a change-up from this defense. It has been a long game for this defensive coordinator. A lot of touchdown passes. They finally find a way to affect the timing between the quarterback and his receivers by getting pressure.
Offense comes up to the line, and you might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Looking to throw it on first down. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle made after a big gain. So it's Wisconsin with the lead here, Kirk. We've reached the end of the third quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. Before the final period, let's check out the game stats. As we head to the final quarter of this showdown, we're going to find out who can really make the plays when it counts the most. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They open the fourth by going to the air.
The evidence
Caught for the completion. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Second down after that completion. He'll hand it off. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss of the game.
Now you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. That ball snagged for a completion. The reception hits about 7 yards, but fourth down coming up here.
Heck of a job here by the defense on this third down to keep them short of the first down. Now it's fourth down, and an interesting decision for this offense with the lead. Do they punt the ball away, or do they...
Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs.
Chris, what a call by this offensive coordinator. Fourth down, they elect to go for it, and they get the first down. Now you can continue to work that clock.
Solid gain there. Sets up a first and goal at the 7.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing.
Touchdown, Badgers. Still no
it is.
For this offensive machine.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
We'll try to add to the lead now to PhD. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. The player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout or then check him out. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. A short completion to the tight end. But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle.
Hey, you're down by a couple possessions late in the game. That's exactly how you want to start this drive. Let's see what they can do with.
Looking deep down the right side.
Sorry,
Intercepted. A takeaway for the defense.
out of here, Jaja.
They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing kick and return.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball. They're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
And the defense smothers him for no gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Leaning on the run game here late. Picks up the first, looking for more. They bring him down, but this offense now in scoring position. First down from the 30. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. They'll hand it off. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. Second and 1.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense looking to keep this drive going into the red zone. It's third down and short. They pick up the first on the ground. That gain moves the ball to the 17. First down.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 2-yard gain. Second and 8 coming up.
Great job by the running back of staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. Offense getting set. It's second down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker.
Well, how fitting for him to get another nice carry here, because it's been that kind of game in the national title. We knew coming in that he was going to be showcased. I didn't think he would have this kind of performance on this big of a stage, but he has, and a big reason why they're going to win this national title.
And the Badgers trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. Keep it on the ground on first and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a first and goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no, they're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
And the defense brings him down.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
How about that, Chris, on third down? This defense is not giving up an inch. Good job of recognizing that they're trying to get the ball outside. Good pursuit. And this defense right now is playing with a lot of confidence.
He's got it near the end zone. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for a late deep throw. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete. Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The offense spikes the ball here, looking to preserve as much clock as they can. Second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. Defense is coming after him. He cannot escape. It's a sack. They crank up the tempo here for this important third down play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for a late deep shot. Incomplete with 4 seconds remaining. Time for just one more play.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find...
Taking a shot deep down the right side. Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the stats a little bit, but won't make a difference in the outcome. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. Let's say mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. And there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as the top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official.
Which is Perryview, Ohio. I can reasonably detain you for the time being for an investigation. You were up here, you're 29 years old. You were a school counselor. You were up here with a 15-year-old girl that is wearing very short shorts. She is hiding from her parents. She came walking out, most likely from the back of the bushes, wherever you guys were. Her phone was sitting on your bike. You were hiding in the woods for almost an hour. So, based on that information, at this time, I am telling you, you are not free to go. Okay. Wait next to your bike. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, there's something weird about this guy. He's weird. He's smirking when he's asked if he's free to go. Or, no, definitely, why not? And he's sitting there smirking. Following this discussion, a decision is made. You have your cell phone on you? It's your cell phone. Based on that circumstance and the fact that you're destroying evidence of crime, taking your phone for the time being. Yes. Have your daughter's phone? It is a moment before the detectives arrive and then you can brief them about the situation. The hidden. Sam was brought into a vehicle with the best Mirandized and resident of the high school counselor at Sheldon High School for 7 years. He worked specifically with a freshman overseeing about 400 students. Because of my age, demeanor, and softest landing, meaning the most approachable and because of really big soft-heartedness, they were like, you should be the freshman. So I usually pick a handful of kids that I really invest in. That's why that the 15-year-old girl is one of those students. So what would you do? One of my students that I've gotten to really well was in my PPT, dialect behavioral therapy group. Somebody who comes and checks in with me pretty regularly. And so she recently had some kind of abnormal situation. So we've been staying in better contract electronically. Is that what's going on?
Sam tells them that the abnormal situation was an argument between the teen and her mother.
She ended up, in her words, punching a tree and showing pictures of how gruesome her fists were, her right fist was, and then she gave me a picture of her bruised forehead. She still looked a bit innocent.
Sam reveals that this isn't the first time he's been in trouble at work because of his inappropriate behavior.
That was a conversation that I had with HR and my evaluator earlier this year, because I was allowed to reach out to me. Instagram, problem. So the
investigators reached out to Sam's mom and his wife, Rachel, and told them she always had an issue with Sam's family. Rachel discussed a particular incident between Sam and a different student that the woman was talking to.
Well, she had said if you could do it, why haven't you said anything? Because letting it slide communicates that you like that attention from her, and she should be, applying to someone else, and you didn't do it. She would have a game theory over Discord late at night. So it was, I think it was late Friday night or something. But sometimes we have to tell it midnight. I get, do this thing with your students, but that's pretty safe.
So there was one parent that had agreed initially, and then at one point they said, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with this anymore. Mr. Katty dropped an F-bomb, and it sounded like they were talking to his friends. Then as a counselor, and I was willing to submit records of all the text message exchanges to try to state it, that there was no malfeasance here. That's not what they were looking for. They just needed to document that they had that conversation, and they reviewed what grooming policy looked like as well as electronic.
It's just a hair joke, and well, you're being educated, not supposed to do that, but it's really the age.
Disturbing messages between a Texas teacher and a middle school student surface online. Detectives step in to investigate, but her sickening admissions are far worse than they could have ever imagined.
I just saw you hear this video.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before. July 19, 2023, the Nacogdoches Police Department receives a call from district officers at Michael Middle School.
And we've got a situation where a teacher has been, I guess, having an inappropriate relationship with students outside of school, and it just came to our attention. Another kid here at the school goes the principal over here from Snapchat that were corresponding between the child and the teacher, so we believe everything's been happening during this summer break down there.
The messages anonymously posted to Facebook 4 days earlier on July 15 show conversations between a student and 24-year-old teacher Annalie Andrews, a reading interventionist who was just hired by the district for the recent school year. Investigators contact the student's mother, and she arrives at the police station unaware of the shocking discovery. However, it appears that someone was able to get himself to the child's Snapchat account, as at least 12 screenshots from
And how old is she? 15.
We're taking the initiative to do this. We don't have to get it back when we do our stuff.
I'm going to come middle school with her. Because, yeah.
found 3 cases exposing corruption in the force, returning 6 so-called officers who lived to regret it, starting with Courtney Brown, Christy Wilson, and Jacob Hunterick. In April 2018, Officer Brown was riding eastbound on Crossville near Crabapple Road when she witnessed this car fly right past her at a proclaimed 80 miles per hour. Brown flipped on her lights and promptly pulled over the suspect. Brown steps out to confront the suspect.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. Do you have a driver's license and your insurance card? The car has it, please. The brown flat, it's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour. So on this type of road, that's reckless driving.
After berating the driver, she's revealed to be 24-year-old Sarah Webb, a local hairstylist who's late for work.
Okay. Okay. Do you think driving on the west road is a smart idea just because you're late for work? Instead of calling and say you're running late for work, you would rather just keep the car. Sorry.
Sarah's already bad day just got 1,000 times worse. She's now at risk of being charged with reckless driving, a misdemeanor that can...
Additional Medicare plans don't include dental care. That means paying full price for cleanings, fillings, crowns, and more. DentalPlans.com offers dental savings plans, an affordable way to save on dental care. Plans activate in as little as 1 business day, and help you save on most procedures with no annual limit or restrictions. From trusted carriers like Aetna, Harrington, and Cigna. Find the plan that's right for you in minutes. Visit dentalplans.com today.
My favorite shop is Kelly's Hardware. For many generations, the granddaughters there are helping out now. If they can't get it for you or they don't have it, they'll have it the next day. And they also can tell you plumbing, electric, fix your lamp, vacuum, and get new screens. Whether it's the businesses or that I've lived here my whole life, Chestnut Hill brings back many memories for, again, so many generations of my family.
And a driver behind bars for up to 1 year and incur a fine of up to $1,000. Brown's frustration is becoming more noticeable. Unable to operate her CAD, she radios out for backup. Two officers respond. Jacob Hunterick is first to arrive on scene. As Humrock House goes to check the validity of Webb's credentials, the second responding officer arrives on scene, one Christy Wilson.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on 92 in the west road. She said she was running like 4 times to get up to 90 to catch her. What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed protection at the same time, but no, but you can use the fact that you were early with more speed. It's on camera, so you're going to need to catch up to her.
Officer Brown's lack of confidence is becoming more apparent. He's unaware of how to fill out a basic citation, particularly because she lacks a working speed detection device. However, Officer Wilson correctly tells Brown that her best guess based on her own speed and backed by dash cam footage would be sufficient evidence. In Georgia, an officer's opinion on someone's speed based solely on their observation is enough to prove a speeding offense. A jury then decides if they believe the officer's estimation. So basically, Sarah Webb's fate rests entirely in the hands of an officer who needs backup just to be told how to fill fill out paperwork. Not a great situation to be in, and it only gets worse from here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes up voice orders. You know the rules of work. You're running late for work and you're going above 80. Get to work. I said, Paul, do not do that for blood. My cat just froze on me. I'm restarting right now. What do you think?
After deliberating on whether or not to arrest Webb for reckless driving, neither officer makes a definitive decision. This is when Officer Brown made the choice that it end her entire career.
I just ticket.
Officer Brown pulls out her cell phone and hands it to Officer Wilson with a coin flipping app open, tentatively checking if she'd be okay with doing something so cruel as deciding whether or not to arrest a citizen based on the flip of a coin.
Yeah, sorry, she did it. Okay.
Officer Wilson suggests heads for arrest and tails for release.
Yeah, so really. Michael Jordan. So right this now.
Despite the coin landing on tails, the officers laugh and decide to arrest her anyway. In spite of playing with someone's life, they think it's an appropriate time to crack a joke, saying Michael Jordan as he wore the number 23, the same as the code for arrest.
I mean, either way, the people over here, what's that?
The officers are clueless on what they can really arrest her for, so Humrick House mentions the term super speeder as a desperate attempt to justify the arrest for himself.
That's why I'm a little bit sure.
Brown's incompetence shows itself once again, but she pawns off the paperwork to Wilson, seemingly eager to arrest Ms. Webb.
Because, ma'am, you're doing entirely too well. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Double up when you put a little text on you. You're doing a favor and second time on vehicle, ma'am. Second time on control vehicle. Do you have anything? Do you have anything? Do you have anything you're talking to? Do you have anything on you that's supposed to be around you? Are you doing anything you want? For me. Just take your job, okay? Over here. Control vehicle. Seat for me. I got buckle you
face of Sarah Webb weeping. Officer Brown boldly arrests her and places her in the back of her patrol vehicle, citing her with reckless driving. This is the last time these two officers will be smiling and joking around, and where the case will be flipped around entirely. You see, once news of this incident became public, the backlash was enormous. Four officers, Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson.
Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson, they
reported against Webb was wrong.
They flipped a coin.
Flipping a coin?
Used a coin toss.
Exactly. I couldn't believe what I was saying. The city administrator, Gary Palmer, led an investigation into the Roswell Police Department. Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson were terminated as a result. The charges on Ms. Webb were dropped, and although Jacob Humrickhouse witnessed the event and said nothing, he was not reprimanded for his actions. But if you think these officers abusing women who speed is as bad as it gets, just wait till you see how terribly these two officers treated a completely innocent blind veteran. On October 31, 2022, Deputy Jamie Doty of the Columbia County Sheriff's Office stopped 61-year-old legally blind veteran Jim Hodges as he was walking home from jury duty at the intersection of Duval Street and Marion Avenue in Lake City, Florida. Hodges was simply carrying his visual assistance cane in his back pocket, and while Officer Doty initially mistook it for a weapon, as soon as he pulled it out to prove that it wasn't, that should have ended the interaction with him free to go. But the tyrant that she admits to being, Officer Doty doesn't want to follow the law she's sworn to uphold. Sergeant Randy Harrison arrives on scene. With any kind of sensitive part. Okay, what kind of sensitive part should we make contact? Okay, alright, fair enough. Living a pretty good thing, especially with stomach aches, bedtime routine. Under all of that, something else is happening. Hey, Brenda here? Yeah. Huh? No? Can you get that, email to step outside for me? Is she here? Trouble since you got back? Oh, you think she was here? She is here. You know, it's Brent. Well, they just told me. Well, I know his sister. Okay, I got it. Brenda was the one that called. Yeah, so she here? I don't know why she called, that's why. I don't know. She thinks she's here, that's why we came here. Yeah. Step 4. Okay, Brenda, right? All right, let me just talk to her by myself. Okay. Let's come on with me. All right, you're Brenda, right? Okay. You called, right? Okay, why'd you call? So I don't know yet. Let me just talk to her by yourself.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, no, that's right. No.
They handle it in 5 seconds, bro. Okay. And if I'm going to jail, I've been in jail.
But I need you to listen to me. It says here by Jonathan now. So, what are you going to do? I'm going to do my job.
Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter, officer. Do your job. It's not worth the fight.
I need a pass or not. All right, I can't do my job if you're going to have that. I'm not even here, baby. Thank you. One of these other guys showing up right now. You're going to go ahead. I need to find out from her what I need to hear it out of her. How old are you? I can only ask a few questions. Go inside with Harold. What these guys think. No, I know you're going to what's going on. Okay, go find Fernando. Just put the pain on. Someone offering to help is almost never refused. In cases like this, the cover is usually built around care. Pain, discomfort, it isolates the victim. It justifies the contact. And to anyone walking past the room, it looks exactly like what a caretaker is supposed to do. That isn't improvisation. That's a method.
Fernando, what's going on? What's happening? With the girl out there? Nothing? Did you touch her or do anything? Hey, come here. Hey. I'm just getting skinny right now, okay? You have some food that you can grab? Yeah, the bar person. You can use that over, but you please the cage, okay? You think there's some, whatever you're telling the other officers, you need to figure it out. So I'm just continuing with that, okay? Talk to this officer and tell us you can talk to her, okay? I'm going to talk to him, all right? You have shoes? Okay. Where is that? Another weapon for everything. Armas, dragas, nothing? Okay, I'm just going to check you really quick. Okay, yep, perfect. All right, I'm just so... This gun is his girlfriend. Yeah. Okay, fine. Touch her, grab her, hit her. No, nothing. Okay, why do you follow? Okay. You said it touched his stomach? His stomach? She has stomach pain? Okay. But you didn't touch her? Okay. Alright. Sit tight. Well, I'm gonna figure this out, okay? This is in momento. I can only ask a few questions, but slow down pretty quick. I have to. Really quick. Okay. Did he make contact with any kind of sensitive part? Okay, what kind of sensitive part? Stand him and then hold him. Bring it up. You, Brenda, I want you to keep your eyes closed. So I say, I need you to look this way until I tell you this. Cool? I know, and that's what I'm trying to keep you from going back. Always been cool with me. Always been cool. Let's just go right around. That way just be like this. Yeah. Do you want to go back inside, Brendan? Okay. That's the way we're going to pass. My guy takes off.
I've been through this process.
I know. Okay. I don't think that.
Yeah, if you want to see, like you said, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, okay? I don't have the whole story yet. I don't, Brenda was talking to the other officer, okay? But she, from what I'm gathering, she's claiming that you touched her inappropriately.
On cars, get hands-on training at Universal Technical Institute. Tools, active instructors, and equipment. Apply today. Hands-on training for real careers. Visit UTI.edu.
I want to use my voice for things that matter, like menopause. I want the world to know that there are treatment options for moderate to severe hot flashes. Like when said, we started a hormone-free treatment for moderate to severe hot flashes through this month. It reduces the number and severity of hot flashes day and night, with some women having fewer hot flashes as early as 1 week. So, enjoy the celebration. Feel the room and be in the moment. With fewer hot flashes. Don't use Linside if you're pregnant, as it can cause loss of pregnancy. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems, a history of seizures, are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. It can cause serious side effects like cranial nervous system effects and daytime impairment, like difficulty staying awake, fatigue, acting, feeling, pooping, or doing things. Don't drive or do hazardous activities until they pass. Increased liver blood test values may occur. Your doctor will check them before and during treatment. There's a risk of seizures in people with a history of seizures. Seek medical help for loss of consciousness of seizures. Most common side effects include headache, dizziness, and sleepiness. These aren't all the possible side effects. Our lives don't stop for hot flashes, so don't let hot flashes stop you. For moderate to severe hot flashes, why sweat it? Linqued. Ask your provider about Linqued.
Okay. And that's what I'm waiting for to get clarification on, okay? So that's all we're kind of waiting for. You're not being charged with anything right now, but you're not free to go either, okay? Are you an uncle to Brenda? Okay. Like, the second generation of the uncle? Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the, go to DJ Brenda. In your home? Okay. For Quando. So it's May, like 8 years? Oh, okay. Okay. Going to be Brenda's, Mexico or Pennsylvania? Okay. And you've been taking care of them? Okay. You're a caretaker, basically? I mean, you've been watching over Brenda, taking care of her? Okay. Why Brenda's parents? So what was with Brenda, or? Okay. I got you. Okay. I'm gonna have you go with Alex here. She's gonna let you use the bathroom, and then I'm gonna have you two sit while I talk to John. Okay? So go through the other doors. Go through those doors. We'll be right. Well, just give us about 5 minutes, and we'll be inside. Okay, Brenda? And then just keep her. Obviously, Nick's got him in there, so just keep. No. Just go chill out. Just go chill out. Because these are not in any trouble. I don't know if he's in the cell, but he's in that. He's in the secure area. So that's exactly it. That's why I'm talking. No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
So my sister left. Then like, you know what the last 2 years? But she didn't tell you. And I didn't tell you I was good. I said, no, it's okay.
You don't feel my face. I don't care what you do. It's not right.
Like 2 months later, she decided to go home back.
And this is the detail that changes what this case actually is. One victim, 2 sisters, same household, same. According to her brother, the older one never said anything, which is exactly how these situations usually run for years before anyone speaks up. When the same behavior shows up with 2 different victims, separated by months inside the same home, that is a misunderstanding. That's a pattern.
Like, let me go home back to my roots.
Yeah.
Because first is there to go through her boyfriend for me. There's 4 guys that live there. I'd rather prefer you to live with our mom than taking the advice to home for room and like her right here because when she left, she got back to 15.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. And the guy, Fernando, he only gave that phone to her because to keep it safe.
How long has it been with that guy?
How long has she been back?
Yeah, here. Well, that guy, maybe I have, but I remember that too. That's why I was like, Brenda, I'm like, I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah. She got a phone.
Yeah.
And then she dropped out. She didn't even drop out. She just left school like about a week ago.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like, it was on. I remember seeing that. Gotcha.
That was after I was done cleaning on the cars and taking on the boat and putting gas and stuff.
Yeah.
Then the stuff happened. Everything happened. I was playing my game. I was chilling until I heard the knock. And I knew what kind of knock that was.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's police. Okay, what the fuck do they want? It's not no disrespect.
No, I get you.
I check. I opened the doors. Like, it's Brenda. And like, I think here, but she might not be upstairs exactly. But when I went back, stay back. And your husband touched my sister and her body part. And he said, for Mexicans be like healing, don't think I'm pulling it out of the government.
Yeah. No, you don't.
We have our own tradition that we grab an egg. We have not.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta talk to myself. They said we'll be inside, but just give me a few minutes, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My parts by losing by time, right?
Yeah.
Get more of what you love for less by stacking your savings at Raymore and Flanagan. The deals just keep building. Take 10, 15, or 20% off your purchase. More style, more savings. Up to 20% off. Only at Raymore and Flanagan.
Should you modify your pistol? Let's talk pros and cons. Now, number one, the trigger. Of course, having a better trigger is going to result in faster shooting. And of course, the lighter weight is going to make it much easier to shoot at a distance. Now, as great as all that sounds, for every pro, there's probably a con. For the cons, there's two types of people in this world. People that have dropped their guns and people that will. There's a blanket. That's a whole... So, light triggers are great, but if you're new to shooting, I'd probably stay away from it. Number two, lighter hydraulic. There's a lot of one of you guys that's on the internet that are going to be your gun are going to be able to ride. The only way that's going to be an issue is if you run your support hand higher than Willie Nelson and stop your slot. If that's the case, give your balls a ton, rack that fucker, and keep shooting. Now, number three, ports. If I get a new pistol, I want to point it more top because splatter is faster and like Ricky Bobby, I'll be fast. Stupid shit like this. Sports rank. Should you
Peter Piper used the smart buying tools from Amazon Business and positively prospered.
Water cloudings full of bombshells. Ben's got zero pay, and I will go all the way.
Violence, it's all kicking off.
When Jarrell Pryor agreed to meet a woman he connected with online, he thought it was just a first date. He had no idea it would be his last night alive. Jarrell was a proud father, a girl dad. Now that little girl has to face a world without him. No more bedtime stories, no father-daughter dances, and one day, no dad waiting at the end of the aisle to walk her into a new chapter of life. It started as a simple night out and allegedly ended in a deadly setup. Indianapolis police say Jarrell was ambushed, allegedly lured into a trap that would
very woman he hoped to get to know. She reportedly was not alone. Detectives believe she was working with her boyfriend. An alleged plan to rob Jarrell turned violent and ended in murder. I'm Kennedy Walker, and I'll walk you through the chilling final moments of Jarrell Pryor's life and the twisted betrayal that left a community searching for justice. For this story, we take you to Indianapolis, Indiana, January 2025. According to court documents obtained by Law and Crime, Jarrell Pryor's murder began with a text and ended with an alleged deadly setup. Just hours before he was killed, police say Jarrell messaged a young woman he met online, 19-year-old Alexis Hawkins. The message was just 3 words: when you free. The affidavit says Hawkins responded. She told him when she was available and agreed to go on a date. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. While she was allegedly texting Jarrell, Hawkins was reportedly messaging someone else on Instagram, her boyfriend, 18-year-old Ryan Winston Jr. Investigators say Hawkins was working out the details of her date with Pryor while secretly coordinating with Winston behind the scenes. Jarrell had no idea, no clue that Hawkins was in a relationship or that anything could go wrong. It was just a date, and maybe, if things went well, a chance to meet up again. But police say it was never about the date, it was a trap. That Jarrell met Hawkins in person. They sat together in his car, and shortly before 1 a.m., Hawkins' boyfriend allegedly appeared and opened fire. Jarrell Pryor, just 26 years old, was shot and killed. A young father, now gone. His daughter, just 2 years old, left behind. As police began their investigation, they discovered the messages between Pryor and Hawkins. They then obtained a warrant to search Hawkins' Instagram account, and what they allegedly found raised even more red flags. Investigators say she searched phrases like news today near me, and shootings Keystone, all on the day of the murder. Police also discovered that Hawkins had allegedly messaged several people asking for a ride near the location of the shooting around the time Jarrell was killed. When detectives questioned Hawkins the following week, she allegedly claimed she couldn't remember much about that night. She reportedly insisted she didn't have a weapon and told police no weapon to say I did anything. Fingerprints aren't on anything. When asked if her fingerprints might be found inside of Jarrell's car, Hawkins reportedly replied, "It's not going to be on no weapon, though." But the moment investigators asked about a message she sent, saying she was going to make a, quote, play, Hawkins allegedly stopped talking and asked for a lawyer. She was arrested shortly after and charged with murder and robbery resulting in serious bodily injury. Winston was charged as well with murder, felony murder, and robbery. Now, Jarrell's family is left to pick up the pieces. His parents, once looking forward to watching their son become the man and father he aspired to be, are now raising the little girl he left behind. His mother, Tamika Wiley, told WXIN, "I'm broken inside." And just weeks ago, Jarrell's parents celebrated their granddaughter's 3rd birthday, a milestone that should have been filled with joy, laughter, and her father's love. Instead, it was a day marked by absence. No Jarrell, no hugs from dad, just a little girl too young to understand why her dad never came home. Justice may come in a courtroom, but for this family, the real sentence is living without Jarrell. And joining me to talk more about this is legal expert Andy Baldwin. Andy, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's just jump right in. How does a case like this typically move through the Indiana legal system once charges are filed?
Well, the first thing that's going to happen is these 2 defendants are going to have to get lawyers. And so there's going to be an initial hearing very quickly, and the judge is going to find out, what are you guys doing about lawyers? And then the real work begins. And because in a case like this, I think you really need to get some quick action with your lawyers and figuring out what you're going to do. A lot of times, in my world, you have some time to kind of dig into the facts, dig into the evidence, and see exactly what the state has. But in a case like this, when you have 2 people that are co-defendants, you may need to go to the prosecutor to get that deal first if you are in.
Buy tickets at fi.edu.
You were a legend. Back to guilty.
What are the first steps that prosecutors take after an arrest in a homicide case? What do you think they're doing right now behind the scenes?
Oh, prosecutors, once the charge is filed, they really just depend on their detectives and their investigators. The prosecutor will be communicating with the detectives and saying they can give back things like that. The detectives on this case is pretty well known throughout it. This is a very good homicide detective in this job, figuring out what needs to be done.
Just how police build a case using digital communications like text and DMs via social media, because I know that was crucial in this case for not.
Yeah, it's usually bad news for defense lawyers nowadays, because it's the phone that you carry around contains geo-tracking information. So if they want to know where you were at certain times, they can locate that. So that's a problem. Texting is a real problem because it gives a context of what might have been going on. So in this case, I can tell you what the detectives very quickly sent letters to Google and to Meta saying, preserve the evidence. We need the evidence preserved. But on top of that, while they're preserving that evidence, they're getting search warrants for the phone. So Alexis, who's one of the defendants, they have Brian Winston, the other defendant. He tried to break his phone according to the probable cause affidavit at least, and whether he was successful or not, we don't know yet. But they're going to get search warrant for those phones. They do everything right. Then they're going to start going and digging through the Instagram and Snapchat and all the other things, direct messages from Facebook, and see if they can tell the story that the investigation point toward one or both of them more definitively than currently.
Now, both suspects, they were charged with murder, and I think Brian was the one that was charged with felony murder. What's the legal difference between murder and felony murder under Indiana?
Yeah, so actually it looks like it's Alexis that's charged with felony murder. It looks like what they're trying to say is that Alexis was in a car with the deceased, Jarrell Pryor, and I think from reading it's a 12-page probable cause affidavit, and what they're kind of saying is Alexis took Jarrell on a date, he took her on a date, but she was cluing Mr. Winston, her actual boyfriend, in on where they were going to be and so forth, and Mr. Winston at some point in time came in knowing where they were and shot and killed Mr. Pryor. So Alexis is charged with felony murder. Felony murder is, okay, I did not actually do the shooting, but I knew what was going on, and there was going to be a robbery. And I was a participant in the robbery, which is a felony, and when somebody gets killed during the commission of a felony, then you can be charged with felony murder, even though you had nothing to do with the shooting.
To be considered even a conspiracy to commit murder, even if only one person fired the gun?
It definitely could be, and I think they may have to amend their charging information later on. But conspiracy means you actually have to murder. Felony murder is such a problem for defense lawyers because a lot of what happened is nobody was the two participants, if Alexis and Brian, the two defendants, were actually just trying to rob the person, then in reality they weren't committing murder, they were just committing robbery. That's why felony murder matters. Conspiracy to commit murder would mean that you would have to show that they actually intended to deal this.
Yeah, we just talked about the charges could be upgraded to that, but is there any way that anyone can take some type of plea right now and go with manslaughter? That is not possible in the case of Charles.
Well, anything's possible. And I know how strong the case is at this point. I mean, I've read through the probable cause affidavit and thinking like a defense lawyer does, I see that both of them have arguments that they can make. And that's why I think whoever gets to the prosecutor first, may get the better plea offer. However, you have to start with the presumption of innocence, of course. I'm a defense lawyer, so this is what I do. And I start with the presumption of innocence.
How did you get there?
Yeah.
Because she was
It's not going to be as bad. And this is what he is. I don't want to see him get to the advantage.
High school assistant football coach quickly escalated into a situation with extreme consequences.
From the outside, you would think it's weird something going on, but it's just like, it's like, it looks weird, but like, they come to me with problems and it's fine, and I don't need to talk to them. It's very popular. It's not, never always. She just been applying for black football. So like she talking about and offense. So that's what other stuff.
Just kind of that father figure.
Well, no, that's my dad's in our life. That's my dad. She comes from my dad.
Then you have these couple of victims and the 6 weeks.
Same way reference. There you go. Sit. So it's just like I'm mentioning this now.
So I know like when you have teams and stuff, you have to contact your players and things like that. Do you communicate with these at all on like a cell phone or is it an app or?
That takes me. What I need like that problem. Okay, I'm talking about this and I have all this and that. Stuff like that.
James told executives that any of the students would be taken advantage of, claiming he acted more as a father figure to the players. Investigators remained unconvinced by his explanation.
So you have the team's contact numbers, they have yours, and it's just kind of sick.
May 26, 2027. 11-meter falls into her living room to read the letter, expecting a quiet night. Instead, she finds a nightmare. 32-year-old Trevor Gunn is sitting in a beanbag chair. At his feet, her daughter, on her knees, doing the unthinkable. Meanwhile, reaches for her phone and 911. Gunn grips it from her hands, beginning a desperate attempt to bury a year of bullying and abuse. But a recovered apology email and a slip-up during a police interrogation will soon bring his secrets into the light.
Yeah, we'll call one up. Oh, hang on here. Yeah, we'll take everything he's got. So I got Trayvon. He's got your ID and shit. Okay. Alright, man, so you're gonna be coming back. Okay. Alright, I'll detect guys with the big ways. Okay. So these are all here today, so we have to agree. We're the ones that did the work. Okay. So what I want to tell you, that obviously he's a beginner best thing. I'm gonna have a hard time getting out of this. Okay, I don't know if you know anything about the situation that happened. Significant force. Okay. This one is girl down. So, are you okay if you go over and fix something that is registered for her own? Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah. Does that bother you at all? And it's not. They want to come get the car. She want to get it. It's her car. It is her car. Yeah. Right. Alright, so right now at this time he's under arrest for 2 classes. And 3 classes. He's looking at maximum over at max here. I'll speak inside real quick.
That's great. We're having a conversation. So you have anything going on? You can probably guess. After that was the other night. Well, I'll explain everything back in the grab the legs back, get you taking a gate car back to town. I will explain 100% everything to you when we get back to the station, okay? Just know that there's a warrant for your arrest, and that's why you're coming here today, okay? So we have the court date or something? Yeah, when we get back, I'll advise you your rights and everything like that. We'll have a conversation, secure area. We'll go through 100% everything that you want to talk about. I'll answer all your questions first, and I have they'll know, right? Just to do it in a better place than right here in front of Grand House, right?
So he's an adult. You should be able to tell you this, okay? And I'm telling you this, he gets victimized for great negligence. This is the one from 11 to 13. Dude means this on the right. I mean, for 2 years. For 2 years. It's not a good right. So end up telling if you can touch us, tell him he got fun with her by so that's why there was this response. We've been out here for 2 days watching. And as soon as he came outside a little bit earlier today, he was here. Like when he was here the other day, that's the U.S. Market. That's not sure, I ain't know what. Yeah. So it's a pretty serious investigation, pretty serious crime. I'm the detective that's one of the people that started this case. Okay. You've been watching him all the time. Yeah. Just so you guys, I wanted to keep you in the know. That's why I'm sorry to scare you. And I'm sorry that you didn't know that you were harboring that. I'm sorry that that didn't come out. I'm sorry that you break that case. Okay. We're taking care of it for now. Hopefully the justice system does what it can. I just want to make sure that I'm in the department. That's totally okay with you. Yeah, you'll have no issue with that. Alright, that's all I need to do. I'm sorry
are at